everyone, I'm Jackie and I'm here to help you pass your US citizenship interview. Today, I'll be doing a simulation interview, which means I will be asking the questions and I want you to answer them. Now, it's important to practice saying the answers out loud because that's like the real interview. If you would like a live mock interview with one of us, check out the link in the description. All right, are you ready? Let's get started. Hello, I'm Officer Smith, and I'll be conducting your interview today. Do you have your appointment notice in your green card? Thank you. And can you confirm your full name for me, please? Great. So, how are you doing today? Did it take you a long time to get here? And did anyone accompany you to the interview today? Okay. Well, I think we will do your civics test first to get that out of the way, and then we'll go over your application. How does that sound? All right. Have you studied for the civics test? Great. Then you should have no problem. You need to get 6 out of 10 questions correct to pass. Okay, let's get started. First question. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Okay, next one. What is the name of the national anthem? Great. Name one right only for United States citizens. Very good. What ocean is on the west coast of the United States? Correct. Who makes federal laws? Good. And last one, under our Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. What is one power of the federal government? Very good. So you have gotten all 6 questions correct. That means you've passed the civics portion. Congratulations. We are now going to move on to the reading and writing portions. For those, you need to get 1 out of 3 sentences correct to pass. So I'm going to have you go ahead and read the sentence on the screen for me, please. Great, thank you. And now for the writing portion, on the tablet, I want you to go ahead and write the sentence that I'm going to say out loud. Okay? You ready? President Washington is on the dollar bill. Do you need that repeated? President Washington is on the dollar bill. Okay, great. Thank you. All right, well, it looks like you've passed the civics portion and the reading and writing portion, so congratulations. I can tell you've studied and are prepared. Now let's move on to the interview portion and go over your N-400 application. So before we start, I need to swear you in. So if you could please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. And what did you just swear? Correct. Very good. So I see here on your application, you are applying for the 5-year eligibility And tell me, why do you want to become a US citizen? Great answer. Thank you. All right. And can you confirm again your full legal name? Okay, so you don't have a middle name? Do you go by any other names? Okay, great. And do you want to keep the same name? You have the option to change it. All right, great. Can you confirm the last 4 digits of your social? Thank you. And when is your birthday? Okay. And when did you get your green card? Thank you. What country were you born in? Okay. And are you still a citizen of that country? And did you bring all of your passports from there? Great. I'll need to take a look at those. Thank you. What's the best phone number to reach you? Okay. And do you have an email address you provided for USCIS? Can you confirm that? Okay. Now tell me, where are you currently living? And how long have you lived there? Okay. And is this also where you receive your mail? Great. Thank you. Are either of your parents US citizens? Okay. That makes it easy. Approximately, how tall are you? Okay. And how many pounds do you weigh? Thank you. Are you currently employed? Okay. And where do you work? And what is your role there? Great. Okay. And where is that located? And how long have you worked there? Okay. Thank you. Now let's talk about the time you've spent outside of the United States. Have you traveled internationally since you submitted your application? Okay. So you've had 1 trip since you submitted the application. Can you tell me, where did you go on that trip? And what were the dates that you left and returned? Okay. So how many total days was that trip? And what was the purpose of your trip? Did anyone accompany you on the trip? Thank you. Now let's talk about your marital history. What is your current marital status? Okay. And how many times have you been married? Can you confirm your spouse's legal name for me? Okay, thank you. And their previous legal name? Okay. And when was your spouse born? And when did you get married? And do you have your marriage certificate with you today? Great. I'll have to take a look at that. Thank you. Is your current spouse a US citizen? Okay. And how many times has your current spouse been married? Thank you. And do you have any children? And can you confirm their current legal name? Okay. And what is your child's date of birth? And where were they born? And is your current child living with you or somewhere else? Okay, so what is their current address? And lastly, how are you related to the child? Okay. Thank you. Now we're going to move on to part 12. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Good. Do you now have, or did you ever have, a hereditary title or an order of nobility in any foreign country? And can you give me an example of what that means? What is an order of nobility? Good, thank you. Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution? Do you always pay your taxes on time? Great, so you don't owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes, correct? And do you have your tax transcripts with you? Great, I'll need to see those as well. Thank you. Have you ever called yourself a non-US resident on any federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident? Good. And have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with any organization, association in the United States, or in any other location in the world? Okay. Have you ever advocated, either directly or indirectly, the overthrow of any government by force or violence? Okay, good. Were you ever involved in any of the following? Killing or trying to kill someone. Good. Not letting someone practice his or her religion. Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in any of the following groups? A police unit. A militia. Okay, good. And what is a militia? Very good. Were you ever a worker, volunteer, or soldier, or did you otherwise ever serve in any of the following? Prison or jail. Prison camp. Any other place where people were forced to stay. Good. Did you ever sell, give, or provide weapons to any person, or help another person sell, give, or provide weapons to any person? Thank you. Did you ever use any person under 15 years of age to do anything that helped or supported people in combat? Good. Have you ever committed, assisted in committing, or attempted to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested? Okay. Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason? This includes traffic tickets. Okay, and when was your traffic ticket? And how much was it? Okay. And do you have proof of payment? Great. Thank you. Have you ever been convicted of a crime or offense? Okay. Have you ever been in jail or prison? Have you ever sold or smuggled controlled substances, illegal drugs, or narcotics? Have you ever gambled illegally or received income from illegal gambling? Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefit in the United States? Okay. And can you give me an example of public benefit? Thank you. Have you ever lied to any U.S. government officials to gain entry or admission into the United States or to gain immigration benefits while in the United States? And what would be an example of an immigration benefit? Very good. Have you ever been ordered removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? Good. And what does deported mean? Thank you. Have you ever served in the U.S. Armed Forces? Okay. Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? Wonderful. Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? And are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States? Great. And if the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? Good. And what does bear arms mean? Very good. If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces? And what is an example of non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces? Very good. Thank you. And if the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction? All right. Well, this concludes your interview. I'll need you to sign 2 documents. The first is your application. So I made all of the changes. I want you to read through them and make sure everything is accurate and up to date. And you'll go ahead and sign and date on the bottom. Okay, great. Thank you. The next document is the Oath of Allegiance. So I want you to read carefully through those statements and go ahead and sign and date. Thank you. So I will be submitting your application for approval. You should hear from USCIS within the next 2 weeks for your oath ceremony, and I will be giving you your test results you can take with you. Thank you so much. So do you have any questions for me? All right. Well, it was a pleasure interviewing you. I wish you the best. Congratulations. All right. Well, this concludes the interview. If you need more help, go check out these links. Study hard, and I'll see you next time. Bye.